It's time for Down Home in the Tri-States with your host, Ron Jones. If it's farming, gardening, information, or just plain interesting, you can catch it all right here on Down Home in the Tri-States.
But anyway, that's this is how the Finches lived, and they came to through the gap there. You know what that gap stands for? That was a strip that people coming from the north could go to the bay without having to cross to the Gulf, without having to cross a major river. And that's why they called it the Gap. Yeah, really? And Henry settled there, and he built a blacksmith shop and also a grist mill on Wells Mill Creek. There used to be a creek there called Wells. I don't know what it's called now. But that much I know about the Wells. Now, a lot of them turned out to be lawyers and judges and real influential people. So I know Henry was he had to have some good qualities.
So that was Judge Wells, Judge Perry Wells, and Chip's dad, wasn't it?
Or granddad.
Granddad. And there was a Clyde Wells that was judge.
Now, I think they had about, let's see how many children did they have before. I can't remember, but I want to say 13.
Well, I graduated
about 3 with them.
I graduated with the youngest girl, Gail.
You did?
In 1963.
See that?
And what we got cooking here?
This is what they call the liver and lights and the melt. They call it a haslet stew. But it's the liver and the lungs and the melt out of the hog, stewed down with some onions and spices.
Okay.
Makes a good soup there, stew at the end.
Do you put it over rice or something?
You can eat it with rice or however.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. And about how long does it have to cook?
Probably about 3-4 good hours there.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But it smells good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It does. It almost smells like chicken and dumplings. Does it?
Yes, ma'am.
Or maybe it's just me.
Might be just you.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of pork in it, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
It looks like it.
That's his heart.
Take my body home. Well, so I can die easy. Well, so I can die easy. Well, so I can die easy. Jesus gonna make up my dying bed.
Mr. Smith about to eat that many. I better.
Eat that meat now. Yeah, I eat that, man.
We're not gonna eat that.
We're not gonna eat that.
That's what you eat, though.
Yeah, we're gonna eat that. Let me show you my hog. Was Hattie married a ship captain. His name was Bill Mercer, and see, they interacted with the coast all the time. The bay, they called it. Excuse me, let me talk. Yes. Now you find a safe place and put them, and when we start home, we'll take them. But anyway, Hattie met Bill Mercer and married him, and she ended up down in Key West and ran a boarding house. Well, Bill, being the ship captain, was hauling mahogany lumber or logs out of South America to this, I guess, to Florida. I don't know where he was hauling them to the Keys, definitely. And then yellow fever came in, and Hattie got sick, and some of the children got sick. And Bill had to leave his job and come home to nurse his family back to health, see to the welfare of his children. Well, Hattie died, and 2 or 3 of the children. And when he went back, his crew had taken his boat and disappeared. And so there he was. He had children with no parents, and his livelihood was gone. So he took a sailboat. Well, he looked for a while for the ship, and they couldn't find it. And so he made a sailboat, or came by a sailboat, and he come up the west coast of Florida to St. Andrews Bay with those children. Now, in the meanwhile, through the mail, Granny Wells was aware that Eddie was dead in the situation. And she made the statement that Bill Mercer needn't think that he could bring those youngins to her to race. But she wasn't going to do that. So one cold winter day, rainy, Bill had rented a ox cart and had brought them up, got off the boat at St. Andrews and had come up to the Gap Pond on that cart. And because it was so cold and damp, he had tacked a quilt over the top of the wagon. And so when they drove up to the end of the lane, or to the gate, and Granny looked out and realized who was there, she and Papa went out to greet them. And she pulled up the corner of the quilt and looked in there and saw those 3 little babies. She took the youngest ones in her arms and says, "Pa, you bring the rest of them." And those kids stayed in this house till they were grown.
Is that right?
She had that just, the mother in her just went out. She could not, even though she couldn't turn them away. And she gave them a good raising. And I don't know if you know where this house came from, but out behind the house was a ridge.
Yeah, I worked on this house.
You told me that,
I did,
all right?
yeah.
You know where their little graves were then.
Yeah, I do.
And they shared, they were in a limestone enclosure, and they shared one headstone. And I thought that was interesting.
Okay, folks, we're here today with Willard Smith. We're at the Panhandle Pioneer Settlement. And Willard, tell us what's going on today.
Well, we just had a hog butchering exhibit, and people come from all around, and not very often you can nowadays go and see a hog butchered the way it was the old-fashioned way, and a lot of the young people got involved, and this is what we're wanting to do, is be a teaching thing here at the Pioneer Settlement. We appreciate y'all coming out so much to film this. Y'all are like family to us now. You've been here so many years. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And this is an annual event. And tell us when you usually have it.
We usually have it the same time every year. This is the 3rd Saturday in January, I'm sorry. This is usually when the weather's the coldest, and this is what the old people used to do, is catch the weather when it was the coldest. And it always seemed to be a pretty nice day. I think we've been rained on one time, but wasn't rained out. So rain or shine, we have it, and we appreciate the people coming from all over the Panhandle. We even had a couple from Germany here today that saw this, and they said that they do it about like this in Germany. So it was a fun time for them to experience it.
Great. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Just in case the devil I meet.
Seminole Feed from Main Street Market. When people care about their pets and animals, they want the best. That's why they feed them Seminole Feed, the world's best equine food. High fat, calorie rich, feed for breeding, performance, endurance, and show horses. Premium performance dog food, 26% crude protein. Don't settle for any less. Check out the complete line of Seminole Feed at Main Street Market. Seminole Feed, the best you can get.
Hey, you need it? We've got Main Street Market. We're located on the corner of Highway 90 and 77 in Chipley, Florida.
Listen up, all you tournament catfish and bass fishermen. Joe Riley announces the latest trend in winning.
I got it.
Only Rano Boat stays ahead of the game and ahead of the pack.
It's an 18-foot boat, and we build it for the tournament catfishermen as well as bass boat, crappie boat, special trout flats boat. Got a big 125-quart cooler. There's 8 places you can put seats in this boat. And that rod and rack comes off.
Don't follow the leader, be the leader in a Rano Boat V180, Joe's Motor Service in Hartford, Alabama. Who's got it?
Surplus and salvage of Chipley.
Doors, windows, carpet, vinyl, tile, vinyl plank, laminate, lumber, nails, fence posts, largest selection of paneling around. Who's got it?
Surplus and salvage of Chipley.
Tubs, showers, vanities, toilets, plumbing, hardware, cabinets, countertops. Who's got it?
Surplus and salvage of Chipley.
Air conditioners, hey, that's cool. Metal roofing, save on over 16 colors. Roll-up doors, the most popular barn kit, 24 by 36, big savings, only $21.99. The people's choice for over 45 years.
Surplus and salvage of Chipley.
Come see them.
Have you got water problems? Pump won't pump? Do you need answers and solutions, but you don't want the runaround and you want someone honest? Well, have no fear, folks. Do what I did. Call the man, Water Dan. Dan Dubose will take care of your problem.
Hello, folks. This is Water Dan. I work on submersible pumps, jet pumps, do repairs and upgrades, anything to do with an existing water well. I would appreciate it if you call.
Call the man, Water Dan. He'll take care of your water problems. 850-535-9308. 535-9308. Folks, you know why people from Washington, Jackson, Holmes, Bay County, you know why they call Water Dan? Because Dan Dubose knows what he's doing.
It's not always bad news. Sometimes it's just a pressure switch or a start capacitor. I'm here to help. Stay right pumps, stainless pumps. They'll warranty that pump for 5 years against corrosion, abrasion, or lightning. I stand behind that warranty as far as honoring the pump. 90% of the time, it's something above ground. Okay, I'll be glad to answer your questions over the telephone.
Y'all give him a call.
In a dreary Yankee prison, where a rebel soldier lay, by his side there stood a preacher, ere his soul should pass away, and he faintly whispered parson as he clutched him by the hand. Oh, parson, tell me quickly, will my soul pass through the Southland? Will my soul pass through the Southland? Through the old Virginia Grand, when I see the hills of Georgia and the green fields of Alabama, will I see that little church house where I pledged my heart and hand.
What's that, a 60-gallon pot or a 120?
What now?
Is that a 60 or a 120-gallon pot?
That's a 60-gallon kettle.
That's about $600 at a sale. Got to get that stuff off top of it when it comes up boiling. Got to teach a new generation how to do it, because sure is. Got to where anytime you go to the store to buy some syrup, the first thing you look at is got corn syrup in it. If I want some corn syrup, I go get me a bottle of K-Row. Now, how many gallons of that juice it take to make a gallon of syrup? About 10?
I think about 8 or 9 of this, because that I drank was high in sugar content. Well, you You don't have to pull it right over there. You can just slide it back over here.
I'm Larry Moore. We're over here just west of Esto, Florida, south of Highway 2. We squeezed a little cane juice this morning, and we're starting to cook it off. Got Ronnie Wright. He's a main skimmer.
Get it if you want to.
Ronnie's from over around Kinesville. And Darrell Williams. Darrell's a syrup maker over here around Flowing Well.
Well, I know you got a 60-gallon pot here, and that's probably what, 35 gallons of juice in there.
Probably 35 gallons of juice.
Reckon how many gallons of syrup that's going to turn out?
That'll probably make 3.5, 4 gallons of syrup. Usually about a 10 to 1, 10 gallons of juice.
So I know Mr. Ronnie was talking about a while ago, he think maybe an 8 to 9 to 1, but it's going to be in that neighborhood.
In that range. In that range.
Seemed like a lot of effort for just a little bit of good. But
That's all right. That little bit of good is really good.
ain't that the truth? And it's real good cane syrup when it leaves some biscuit crumbs in the plate behind it.
Yeah, you leave about half of the biscuit when you sop it through the syrup.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Matt Davis. Matt lives over near Sneads, Florida. He's, I guess, the nephew or grandson of, y'all remember Chief Blue Bass. He's passed on now, but he used to watch the show every Saturday morning, and boy, he loved Eat Oyster. But this is Matt. Matt is an avid fisherman. He fishes, I think, about 100% of the time at the Jim Woodruff Dam, and he knows his stuff. Boy, I tell you what, he posts these pictures, and you can see some of the cats and the mullet, and some of the hybrids and everything that he's caught. And tell you what, he does a fantastic job. He sends those pictures to me, puts them on Facebook, and we grab them off there and everything. So, hey, if y'all got some pictures like this you want to show, or fishing or whatever, just send me a note and let me know where they are. We'll go get them, and we'll put them on TV. Matt Davis, over near Sneads, Florida, over near the Jim Woodruff Dam. Matt, we certainly do appreciate these photos.
I've gone fishing, wasting some time, gone fishing, leave my troubles behind, gone fishing, I've got to rest my mind, if I don't get away, well I'll lose my mind, you know the price is too high, my money is low, my friend who asked me for a loan, oh, ain't my friend no more. Tell me what's the use to worry about things you can't do nothing about.
Dow, Tabitha, and Annabelle Morris at Easy Care Tree Service invite you to call for a free tree inspection. If you have trees, especially large trees, next to your home, a free tree inspection is something you need to take advantage of. Dow and Tabitha say too many devastating home situations, like trees falling and smashing your roof, can be prevented. Easy Care Tree Service can inspect your trees and give you advice as to the possible damage your trees could cause. Call now. Don't be sorry. Be safe with a free tree inspection from Easy Care Tree Service. Along with tree removal, Easy Care is now offering excavation services. Storm cleanup, land clearing, pond digging, fixing drainage problems, and any other excavation needs. It's Easy Care. When I'm in need of septic tank service or installation, I use only the pros. I know that I can depend on A1 Septic Tank Service. If you need fast, reliable service, A1 Septic Tank Services will travel within a 100-mile radius. Listen, these folks know the business. They know what they're doing. They have the proper training and schooling. And if you're in need of a new septic system, give them a call. Or if you need repairs to a current system, give them a call.
A1 is the one for trustworthy services. Anthony and Christy are hometown folks, ready to serve you and treat you right. Give them a call today for more information. I use and I recommend A1 Septic Tank Services. Bruce's Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated company serving Bay and surrounding counties for over 36 years. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of our neighbors that have been affected by Hurricane Michael. Bruce's Heating and Cooling is available now to inspect your air conditioning system to make sure it is functioning properly to return you to your normal comfort level as soon as possible. We can also work with your insurance company. We also accept all major credit cards and offer financing. Give Bruce's Heating and Cooling a call today, 850-230-3009, 850-230-3009.
I'm not a summertime fisherman. Watershed lake, that's what this is right here. They built them back in the 60s to keep the water from running off so fast.
30-pound test line, a jig.
He ain't nothing.
Yeah, okay, if you say so.
Come here, little one. It's no telling how many we threw back like that other day.
So you say it's not a big fish, but most people would love to catch a bass like that any time of day, any time of year.
Just keep that jig. Keep it moving all the time. But once it hits the bottom, keep it moving.
We're supposed to be up to 20 today.
Yeah, let's give it up 20 mile an hour.
You like the winter time. You like cold water.
Yeah.
And you like a little bit of color in the water, and this wind doesn't bother you at all.
Wind makes me happy.
Wind makes you happy.
Cover up my mistakes.
A lot of people would say now, you know, it's too windy to go fishing.
Oh yeah, go around the country store, all the water is muddy and it's too windy. What are you going fishing today for? Then you come by with a string of fish and show them, where'd you catch them at, some pond? He ain't no size. Me and Jimmy Fuller years ago when we fished a lot together, we noticed people using jig poles and we both bought us one and we started using them. And we just, you know, trained ourselves, and it takes a while to get used to them, as you know what it'll do to that arm if you use it very long. There you go, bring him up here.
I'll take him. I believe his buddy was bigger there a minute ago.
So you play with him while I fish up here.
And you know what, I can't think of anything any more simple. You know, and it does, you need to get in shape for it. Yeah. You know, you're using your shoulder a lot and you're moving around and you're working it across. You're not reeling it, obviously. I've seen some stringers that you've pulled up with some great big fish on it.
It works good in cold weather, and that's when I always like to fish. Back in about 4 or 5 years ago, January the 19th, I believe it was, I had one string that went from 5 to 8 1/4, and next day done basically the same thing. Come off the jig. Come on, boy, where you got? I don't think you ain't that big. Nah. This lake is full of this size this year.
What's that?
I said, this lake is full of this size fish this year.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
That means you got recruitment.
Means we'll be back for him in about 5 years.
Dennis Creamer has been in the shoe business repairing shoes for a long time. He started work after Reverend W.C. Clarence Wyndham opened for business in 1959 in Mariana.
Mr. Wyndham was the original owner of the shoe shop and sold out to me in 1984. Mr. Wyndham has passed on. He was my mentor, one that trained me. He was like a daddy.
Worn heel, hole in your shoe, but you love your shoe. Dennis can save you a lot of money. Renew it at Wyndham's. Check out the new line of Justin Chippewa and Double H boots, American made. Wyndham Shoe Shop across from the gazebo on Lafayette Street in Mariana, Florida. You can also enter on Market Street in the rear. Go see them. Wyndham's, good Christian folks you can trust. Check out the new Cayman Hide boots by Dan Post, Cowboy certified. Also a huge selection of boots, $59.99 or 2 pair for $100.
I'll tell you what, y'all come on down and see Dennis and he'll tell you all about it.
That's right.
He'll send you home with some shoes, I guarantee you.
We'll put some shoes on their feet.
Thank you, Dennis.
You know fishing season is here. Don't wait until the last minute to get your tackle box, boating and camping supplies stocked and up to date. Check out the new line at King's Outdoors on Main Street in Chipley. King's Outdoors carries a complete line of quality fiberglass poles, including Red Holland's Brimmaster. From Shimano, Garcia, Zebco, and more, you won't find a better selection anywhere. Top of the line and hard to find plastic baits, spinner baits, and catfish baits. Look over the latest camping products. And don't forget the most important of all, the original fish scaler, Easy Scaler, just like Mr. J.D. sold. Support your local stores and your local shows. Do business with King's Outdoors and King's Discount Drugs and King's Quality Jewelry. Oh, be sure to tell them Ron Jones sent you. We sure would appreciate it.
But I like it when you set the hook and you're just like sitting into a concrete block. Oh my
That's a good one. That's what we're looking for.
Well, he ain't hardly what we're looking for, but it's better what we're
That's what I'm looking for.
He's pretty good.
My goodness. Oh, yeah.
It goes 7 fat belly, won't it?
Well, I'm just admiring this fish. I guess I ought to put it back, but
Let her go.
Wow.
I got a point on you about 2 more years, buddy.
Yeah.
There you got him. Bring him around here, we'll get him out.
He's not huge, but he's been better than those last few. He didn't sail over my head.
No, that ain't a sailor there.
Tell you what, we have had a lot of fun today. Simple kind of fishing, and sometimes the simple things are the most logical, and they work.
Exactly.
And you've proven that again. And I tell you what, you know.
Well, I would have liked to put more. I'd like for us to put more 4 and 5s in the boat and really got hold one house, but we didn't. You know, it don't happen all the time.
And to you said, oh, you know, I wish we'd have caught more. To me, to most people, this would have been, you know, a totally trophy day right here. But you're like, oh, I've seen better days. I'm like, I haven't. Well, you got a mighty fine fish in the boat, and I've caught several. I did not get skunked. I was worried about getting skunked. Well, I tell you, I thank you so much, and we're going to go back to Frankfurt, I reckon. Leave you to your pond and hope you catch more fish.